Hello and welcome back. Checkmate here, and this is going to be episode 2 of our KSP playthrough. And we'll just go ahead and jump right in. This is us right here. So in the last episode, we had finished up with getting a little bit of science from the water biome over here. But I kind of bungled that, and I wanted to give it one more go, because I think we left some science on the table. Shoot, I didn't save the craft. Yeah, that's it. Guess it auto-saved. So I've got 2 and 2, but I need to see if this symmetry is. Why can't I right click on that? Need to take those off anyway, because that was a problem. Was I put them on the door, and that blocked me from being able to open the hatch and do a crew report. For some reason, these are not working. Let me try to put them back down. Okay, there we go. Guess there was nothing for it to do when I right clicked on it. Just want to make sure these are not on symmetry, because then they both try to read at the same time when I do the test. Okay, so let's get that back off of there. Alright, so I've got, well, alright. So I have 2 goos, I have 1 science junior, and I have 2 barometers, 2 thermometers. Okay, let's set up control group 1. So we got a crew report and we have a mystery goo. So we want to add a thermometer and barometer for this one. And I'm going to do this one in the air over the water. So I also want to do the science junior over the water, because we got it touched down last time. Okay, and then for group 2, let me just clear these out so we're starting. Make sure I got the right mystery goo. So this one needs to be on control group 2. And then we did the bottom ones on the last group, so we'll do the top ones on this one. Now this will be splashed down, so we want to try to get that crew report this time, and then be able to also do an EVA, so we're not going to block the hatch this time. Okay, and we have a pilot, so he's getting some experience. Very nice. Okay, actually I think I'm going to save this one. Let's name our first craft. This is just going to be terrestrial science rocket. We'll give it a -1. Save that and let's go, because we're going to launch this one at the other 2 launch sites. I don't want to have to rebuild it every time. Alright, we're aiming for the water. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, start turning east. I'm on this 90 degrees. Trying to get about 1,000 meters if we can. I'm kind of going to. I'm going to cut the engine here because it's acting funny on me. Some of those we already have, we're not going to get anything, but alright, and let's speed up, get to the surface, and finish this one up. So yeah, I'm going to try to go ahead and get enough science to unlock the Octo probe, because it's just going to be easier to orbit that one, I believe. So we'll do this same trip on the other two launch pads and see if we can get to 90 science. So now we want to do 2. I guess I already had these. Alright, EVA. I'm recovering that, so I don't need to collect the data. 2.6. Alright, let's head back in. Didn't get much, but I knew I left a little bit of science behind because I bungled it. 17.5. It was worth the trip. And we've only got to get to 90. We're at 86 already, so I think one more. Let's try the Woomerang. Well, I wonder. I don't want to be mountainous. I can't remember. Let's go to the desert. I don't want to get stuck in a death roll going down the side of a mountain. Alright, so we land anywhere out here, I think we'll be able to get desert biome data. It looks like we want to go. I'm going to go out over here. Start turning, get a little more lateral movement here. Make sure we get out into this area. Probably would be fine anywhere in here. Would probably give me the desert science. Let's actually go ahead and do these. We'll separate. I guess I can go ahead and deploy my chutes. And let's speed it up a little bit. Don't want to take any chances here. Well, there goes our booster. Saw a little flash down there. Need to hurry up and get in orbit because I'm ready to start sending probes to the moon and to Minmus. This should be the last bit of surface science that we have to collect. We may come back later and get more, but I want to try to get more into some space flight here now. Oh. I forgot that we were not over water. Almost bungled that. Alright, here we've got material study, barometer, thermometer, mystery goo. And I think I have to EVA collect the crew report. Now let's go ahead and do an EVA while we're out. Then now we should be able to do another crew report. Yep. Okay. That should be good. Alright, 23. So that got us to where we need to be, over where we need to be. 110. So we needed this for the octoprobe. So let's go ahead and get that. Alright. Now let's start working on some kind of probe that can orbit the planet. So we'll start with an octo. Now, like I said before, last episode, this one here is better than the Stay Putnik. Well, two reasons really. Stay Putnik does not have reaction wheels, making it hard to control, but also it does not have the stability assist, whereas the Octo, see here we got some reaction wheels and stability assist, so that's going to make it a lot easier to do what we want to do. Now for the probe, not real concerned with science on this one. I just want to get the orbit done. But we do need antennas, and we're going to need power. So let's look at power first. We have solar panels, and we have these little round batteries here. And really, it's not going to need much because we're not doing any science. But we'll just put 4 of these on here. And let's look at the antenna that I want. We can really get away with just one of these. And then I'm debating on putting another, well, I don't have reaction wheels unlocked. Thought I had, guess not. Okay. Alright, so, wow, that's big compared to that little probe. I have not unlocked any fairings yet, so we're just going to have to go with that. Let's see if we can do this in 2 stages maybe. May have to do more. That's going to give me 2,000. I need to try to get about 3,600 delta V. I know the delta V map says 3,400, but I'm not nearly as efficient as all that, so that's right at 3,400 in the vacuum, which is really what you're looking for when you're trying to get in orbit, because as the altitude thins out, we get into less atmospheric friction and you end up with more delta V. That's right on the money, but I don't know if I trust myself to get into orbit with that. How can we put a little more on here? I could do 2 stages. That's plenty there. But what's it going to fly like? So our lift is way back here, so if I put some fins on, that moves it to here. If I go here, I'll still have the fins when I blow the first stage. I think I want another set up top. That's bringing that drag on up though. Let's see if I can move this one down. Oh. I wanted to move it. I need to be on the second stage though, because when I blow the first stage I want to still have the stability. Well, it's not ideal. Well, but when we blow this, our center of mass is going to move up. Okay, maybe this will work. We'll give this a try. We'll call this X1 orbiter. Let's see what happens. I guess I should have checked my staging and all first. Let's look at that before we take off. So the staging looks good. Thrust is a little high, but I guess we can live with that. Alright, let's give this a shot and see what happens. And blast off. We'll get us some speed going here before we start turning. Okay, it's not reacting. Yeah, it's not. I'm not able to steer this. Oh. I'm not sure why I can't steer. Oh, there it goes. Now it's going to oversteer. Hopefully that third stage will be easier to control. Nope. Upside down. Come on. Well, this is a failure. I think I need more react. Well, I don't. Alright, I'm just going to cut it. This is a failure. Yeah, I just really didn't have any control over that first and second stage there. Guess the reaction wheels in this thing are just not enough to do anything. So this may be more difficult than I thought. We don't have much science to work with. Reaction wheels would be way over here, 45, which is only about 24 away. I'm trying to remember how much science did I get off of that second launch site in the desert. Because if I could unlock this reaction wheel, that's going to give us a lot more torque to work with. Should make it more controllable. Let's go to Boomerang and pull out our terrestrial science orbiter. Let's go to the Boomerang launch site and see what kind of biome we can get out here. See if we can get up to 45 science. Alright, this looks like grassland. I could maybe get up in the mountains. Well, is this going to be... This might be highlands. This may not be grasslands. This may be highlands. Let's try to go out... guess that's west. The sun's setting that way. So let's... let's just go west and see what we end up landing in out there. I think it's going to be highlands because we're right next to these mountains. Oh, I'm turning the wrong way here. I want to go west. Yeah. You see it changes right here. It looks different. This may be grassland and this may be highlands. So hopefully we should be able to look at a crew report. This is grasslands. Grasslands. Maybe grasslands. We might have to try to shoot for those mountains. Grasslands. Yep. I don't think we can get anything out here. Nope, no science. Well, we can try for the mountains, but that's kind of dangerous. I really don't want to lose a Kerbal. Let's fast forward. I gotta find somewhere to squeeze out a little bit more science so we can get those reaction wells. I guess we'll shoot for the mountains. And what I can do, because what happens sometimes you get in these mountains when you touch down, you roll over and then you just start rolling down the hill and don't stop until everything explodes. But if we can put something on the ship to prevent us from rolling, so we could do some lander legs maybe. With those deployed, it shouldn't roll. We may end up on our side, but at least it won't be rolling uncontrollably down the hill. The other thing we could do is put some of this structural girder segment on here, but that weighs an eighth of a ton. I think we'll try just some landing struts. Now if we end up on our side, we can deploy these things and it should stop it from rolling. So yeah, let's give that a try. Just get up in those mountains and see what we can get. So the mountains are going to be to our east. I need to set this to the ground instead of over water. Now this would probably be highlands. In fact, we may end up there. We may not even clear these mountains. What is this little satellite up here? Yeah, my phone will not stop ringing today. Let's see, are we over highlands here? Yes, okay. So let's do at least this report. Let's go ahead and deploy the chute and see if we can land here in these highlands. So maybe we'll drop down here. Yeah, looks like it. It's definitely safer landing here than up here on the top of the side of that mountain. And we'll probably still roll a little bit right here. Alright, all the chutes are deployed. Let's speed this up. wondering if I should try to land with that, because we're definitely going to be on the side of this hill right here. I think what I'll do, I'll pull these in, and if we start rolling, then we can deploy those and maybe try to stop our roll. Oh, we didn't roll. Nice. Alright, let's see. I need to do 2 this time. Get our goo, our pressure, our temperature. And now let's EVA. Hopefully that don't tip us over. I need to collect this crew report. Do an EVA report. Board back up and do another crew report. So, alright, let's see what we got. I don't know if that's for 20 or not. Seems like we was getting close to around 20 on the other sites. Yeah, 20.7. Ah, we're 3 short. Okay. If I upgrade the astronaut complex, I can do EVAs off surface. So right now we can do EVAs when we're on the launch pad and places like that, but we can't do it while we're flying. If I upgrade this, I should be able to take off, do an EVA over here, collect that, well, store that, and then as we're over the water, do another EVA. And that would give us the science we need. But I gotta watch my money because I only have 121,000, and that's gonna cost me half, well, a little over half of my money to do that. That's out of the question there. I was trying to see which upgrade gives me this surface sample. I think it's going to be the astronaut complex level 3 maybe. So it's either that or we can run out to the crawlerway. We'd be able to get an EVA report there. That's not going to give me 3, I don't think. Getting a bit of lag here for some reason. There we go, that's better. Just looking to see if there's any other biomes I can grab. So there's Boomerang. So we could still try to get up into the mountains there. We have our desert And there's some mountains here, or these might be badlands. And of course we got the KSC here. We have mountains and grasslands. So I guess we're going to try here. We're going to go back to the desert and we'll go east and try to land in this patch of, I don't know if that's mountains or badlands or what that is, but let's try that and see what happens. Oh, wrong building. Actually, no, it's not. Why am I lagging so bad? Let's see. Hold on just 1 minute. I'm going to have to restart. Something's lagging my system here. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's see. I don't know if that helped. I don't have the best computer, and I think sometimes recording and gaming at the same time is a bit laggy. Alright, so let's just go east and try to get into that patch of whatever this is over here. Come on, come on, come on. Are we gonna make it? Highlands. Yeah, we already did Highlands. Well, I'm gonna do the mystery goo again at least. Give me a 0.7 on the mystery goo. I can't EVA here. I'm just trying to decide if I should deploy my lander legs or not. Let's get a little closer to the surface and see if we can figure out what it looks like. I'm coming right down the side of this hill here. This lag I'm worried about. Time warping. I'm gonna try the legs. So that way they'll maybe stop me from rolling. Looks fairly flat. Alright. Let's get the other mystery goo. Well, we're getting some more science here. I don't know why, but well, that's good. We got more science off of this one. Excellent. So now we can get this reaction wheel. And I'll be right back. I'm going to try. I don't know if it's maybe the battery in my mouse or something. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I forgot to turn my mic back on after I did that restart. But also, after that failed attempt that you just watched, I spent the next 16 or 17 minutes trying to launch and kept failing. So I decided to go into a test world and design a ship that would work rather than make you sit through and watch me fail over and over. So I went in and I saved it. Which one was it? Oh, it's this one. So this is what I came up with. Now it's 30 parts exactly, and that's our maximum. We can only have 30 parts with our current launch pad. Now there's a couple other things to point out here. You'll notice there's a command module. It looks like the problem I was having had a lot to do with aerodynamics. And so what I did, now this is uncrewed. Well, it is now. So we're still uncrewed, but we can launch this with nobody in it, and we still have the probe. So we have a command module. We're basically using it as a really expensive and heavy nose cone. And once we get, now this thing, I was able to get it into orbit, but it's very flimsy, as you'll see when we're going up through the atmosphere. This thing wants to bend and flex back and forth. So I may still fail, but we give this a try and try to get this thing into orbit in this episode. So let's give it a shot. No promises. Unable to launch. Craft is too heavy. Why? I didn't even think about that. Why is it too heavy? $22. Well, it looks like we're updating our launch pad. What's that going to cost? It's $50,000. Let's just do it. So we can have more parts and more weight, I think. No, we're still limited to 30 parts, but our weight goes up to 140 tons. So, okay, cost me money, but I wasn't expecting that. But I guess in my test world, I must have had a higher grade of launch pad already. But let's try to get this thing in orbit. Yeah, keep doing these night launches. I know it's not ideal for YouTube. Let me just warp to daytime. I didn't want to leave it on the launch pad and warp because my battery would have died. Because we do still need the battery for the probe. Control from here. Alright, let's turn everything on and double check the staging. So we got these three on the bottom. Are all three going to burn together? And we have plenty of thrust to weight ratio. And then they'll break off and this second stage will kick in. And then that will break off and finish out our orbit with this one. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Blast off. And you'll see when I start pivoting over, you'll see it flex. You see it bending back and forth. Scary. Ooh. Now I did have one stage when I separated that it wanted to try to get out of control on me, so I may can't remember where it was at. I don't know if it was right here or the next one. But I was able to keep it under control and get up in the atmosphere with it. Yeah, it's really trying to keep it on 90 degrees also. Really need to get on over. Alright, so far so good. It's been a little sloppy, but I'll watch this apoapsis. As soon as I get to 75, I'm going to cut my engines. Alright, cut them. Now we'll drift on up into space from here, and then we'll work on getting that orbit circularized. Now we have to unlock the tracking station. Once we do that, we can start putting in maneuvers on the nodes, but that's still a little ways away. One thing at a time. Checkmate. Let's get this thing in orbit. We're not in space with the craft yet. Oh, and just to prove, do a crew report, and it is unmanned. It has to be manned, so we're still meeting the concept, I guess, of uncrewed launch. Go ahead and extend the antenna. Our electric charge is still good. We need to get separated at some point so we can get the solar panel turned towards the sun. So we're in space. I can't see my time to apoapsis. We're probably right on it. So I'm going to go ahead and just start burning. Throttle it up about a third. And I'm going to keep this on the horizon. I think we have plenty of fuel. That's 2,000 delta V. That should be more than enough to get us into orbit. But without seeing that that time to apoapsis, it's going to be hard to circularize. I think I'm probably on it now. So I guess we'll just do this. I guess I need to get that tracking station unlocked next. Probably next priority. You could just speed up to about 2200. You see our periapsis is coming up pretty quick now. And we are down to. Let's cut it. We're not quite there yet. But that periapsis or apoapsis is really stretching out there now. I just want to get into orbit. We're going to be in an elliptical orbit, but as long as we're in orbit, I'll be happy. It's been a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. Actually, I think I'm going to get. We're just barely. I'd like to get that up to 75, but all I'm doing now is increasing this apoapsis. So I think I'm going to go about right here and burn. I wonder if I could burn radially out. I don't know if that would work. That's going to be normal, anti-normal. I think that's radially in. I think this is radially out right here. Let's just see. Yeah, that's increasing my periapsis. Well, no, it's not either. We're going to have to wait till here and we'll burn prograde because we only got 100 meters left. I want to get another 5 kilometers if we can. I think 70 will do it. I think that counts as being in orbit. but I just want to get it a little higher. Actually, yeah, the battery is still good. I want to get this thing separated before the battery dies so I can get the solar panels exposed. We're about 50% on our batteries now. Let's try to burn here. So what we would do is burn pro grade at the apoapsis to increase our periapsis. Oh, that's retro. See, all this maneuvering is taking batteries too. We only have 100 delta V left, so there we go, I got it. Alright, let's just go ahead and push it on out a little bit more then, because we're about out of fuel anyway. Alright. Now I'm going to separate both of these stages here, and there's our probe. I'm going to roll my panel, just get a little bit of sun. Our electric charge is good, so that's it. That is a probe in orbit, and it was a lot harder than I thought it would be. We have entered orbit right there. So yeah, that was really a lot more difficult than I planned on for a probe. We got our contracts, escape the atmosphere and orbit Kerbal, so that's excellent. But that's going to do it for this episode. Sorry it took so long to get into orbit. But actually, can I turn? There we go. That's even better. I don't like that for some reason. Oh well. Good enough. Sorry it took so long just to get a probe in orbit, but now that we've done this, we can start going further out. We can start looking at the moon and Minmus and start exploring outer space. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you want to see the rest of this adventure, this rookie play, just give me a subscribe and a like, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.